online and now on air. This is Shropshire Live.
Let me live that fantasy.
Shropshire Live plays Lord and Royals. It's Phil Sheba live at Dawley Day in the bandstand on Dawley High Street, and I'm delighted to be joined by the Mayor of Great Dawley. Good morning, Councillor Ian Preece.
Good morning, Phil. You've joined us in a fantastic weather as usual.
We're doing our best. We've had 3 weeks of sunshine, and then we all decided to come out and look what happened. I'm afraid it is still pouring with rain in Dawley.
It is, but it does look like the sun might pop out very soon. I can see some of the residents actually putting their brollies away, so that's a good sign.
Fingers crossed. So tell us a bit more about Dawley Day from the town council's perspective. What are you setting out to achieve today?
Well, Dawley Day, it's an annual tradition. We come together in the high street. It's about showcasing what the local businesses have got. We have free rides for the kids, free face painting, free ice cream, free cookies. We've got a cookie trail. We have lots of things going in the park. We've got, as you can see, we've got lots of stores from different charities and different organisations. And it's basically to have a free day where the family can come with no cost and have a bit of fun, get to know the council and meet the locals and the business owners.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, I've lived in Telford for like 33 years now, and when I first moved here, the local town centres like Dawley were a little bit kind of unloved and they were a little bit on the back burner, and everything was, if you pardon the expression, centred around the centre. But one of the things I've noticed over the past 5-10 years is the emphasis on trying to get the local centres back running. And how are the town council involved in that?
Well, they've been fantastic. We've worked with every business and we're in constant contact. We have regular meetings bi-monthly talking about how we can spruce up the high street. For example, you'll see a lot of the signs on the businesses. They look new. They've had the new shop frontage scheme, so they get a grant to do the businesses and make the high street look better, which is good for the business and it's good for the high street. We've also had the community grant schemes in the high street where they could apply for things after COVID to help the business thrive. So a lot of businesses have gone for contactless payment. Before it was a lot of cash, but now the contactless machines are in the business, which is really helping the business. So a lot of people don't carry cash anymore, so that really helps. And we're just really trying to get these events in the high street so it supports the business, so all this footfall comes through and they'll use the businesses, like go and get a cup of tea from Golden Rolls or El Bistro, or go and get something from the Pound City, or there's a card shop, or go and get a haircut as well, because Dillinger's over the road. Fantastic.
Yeah, we won't talk about haircuts, Ian. Now, I've got to change the subject slightly, because Shropshire Live launched on the 7th of October last year, when I was sat in my studio in Dawley, feeling very nervous. And on the same day, you were cycling from Dawley to Dover by yourself, 243 miles, to raise money for Dulcie's Dream and the Severn Hospice. Now, you are known for your slightly crackpot ideas, and I understand you've got another one to tell us about.
We have. I am happy to launch, actually, Phil, so thank you very much for this. I'm planning to ride from John O'Groats to Land's End in 101 hours for the Severn Hospice. Yeah.
When are you doing this?
I'm going to do it in August. I'm going to try and find a few days where it's going to be good weather, because obviously Britain, we want to hopefully get a tailwind behind me. We're going to set off. I'm going to try and do it in that 101 hours. It's got to be I wanted to make it a little bit tougher, just for the challenge. And all proceeds will go to the Severn Hospice, because we all know that Severn Hospice and the fantastic work they do in Telford and Shropshire. They support so many families, and they go unsung, and I just wanted to try and raise a little bit of money for the comfort of the patients that use the service and the families.
Ian, we will stay in touch with you about that, and we wish you the very best of luck. Councillor Ian Preece, Mayor of Great Dawley, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me, Phil. Thank you.
Shropshire Live on Saturday morning, live at Dawley Day. Here's Jamiroquai.
Shropshire Live. Online and now on air. This is Shropshire Live.
Live, online and on air, live from Dawley Day 2023. And one of the things about Dawley Day, taking place in Dawley Park, is that it gives people an opportunity to come down and see this little hidden gem in the corner of Dawley. Not many people, I think, realise that A, Dawley Park is here, and B, how beautiful it is. But an organisation called Friends of Dawley Park, volunteer organisation, do their very best to look after it. I'm delighted to be joined by Pam Rudge from and Friends of Dawley Park. Good morning.
Morning.
Tell us about the organisation. Tell us what you do.
Well, we started 20 years ago because the park was quite neglected. There was a little bit of antisocial behaviour, and a group of local people thought it was better to do something positive than to sort of let it fall into those hands. So we started doing a little bit of bespoke gardening and a little bit of guerrilla gardening and things like that. And then we managed to get support from the local town council. And then over the years, the group has grown. So that's been 20 years.
So, of course, I know from having lived here for many years that going back a few years ago, it was just a sort of a green lawn and a couple of swings and not much else. But I look out across it now, and obviously it's very difficult to convey it on radio. You have to come down and see it. But we're stood by a wonderful green area with trees and shrubs. We've got the play area, the tennis courts, the bowling green. So much going in this little corner of Telford.
Absolutely, yeah. So
what can people do to help Dawley Park?
Well, we'd love to have people come and volunteer for our gardening sessions. That's Mondays 2 till 4 until October. And there's a variety of tasks. People don't have to have skills. They can come to us and learn the skills. There's a herb wheel that needs tending. There are planters and borders. We do nurture some of our own plants as well, and we get things that are donated. And then, as today, we've got our stall, and we're selling plants that we've grown to promote the Friends and the fact that we're here.
And we're tucked over in your little corner because behind us is your little nursery and conservatory and things. So lots of stuff going on in there, stuff that will be planted out in the park later on.
The history of that is that when the park was sort of in its heyday in the 30s, 40s and sort of up to about the 70s, the park keeper grew his own plants in here, and it was a Victorian greenhouse, so the brickwork that is there was the original brickwork. So it was a seating area, but it wasn't very successful, so we've had it taken over, and it's now our little sort of nurturing garden, really. So we can grow things in there and then take them out into the park. So at the moment we're replenishing the bee garden, which you might have seen in the far.
Indeed, yeah, down in the corner.
So we're sort of adding plants to that as we grow things on. And then again the herb wheel, which is an Edith Pargeter inspired herb wheel. So there are some plaques in the grass and it was part of her sort of being a pharmacist. She was interested in herbs and cures. So we're gradually replenishing that because it did sort of go into a bit of a state of repair. And again, we can sort of grow things on to plant and replace.
Pam, thank you ever so much. We hope that lots of people will come down and enjoy the park and maybe get involved. It's been lovely to talk to you.
Shropshire Live. Online and now on air. This is Shropshire Live.
So, and I'm delighted to be joined by Sergeant Harriet Simmons from 2379 Squadron Dawley to tell us a bit more about the work that the Royal Air Force Air Cadets do. Harriet, good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us about the Air Cadets. What can they offer for young people today?
So the Air Cadets is a youth organisation, and it allows children from the ages of 12 up until 20 to get involved in their community and also have great experiences like flying aircraft, shooting weapon systems, doing fieldcraft activities, sports, and you meet so many great people along the way. It's a great way to develop children for the next generations, and seeing them develop into young adults is an amazing experience and feeling.
Now, we've got to give something away here. I've known you since you were about 12 years old when you joined Air Cadets, as the same as my son did. So what experience has it offered you? What has it done for you?
So when I joined the Air Cadets, I was a little bit older. I was about 15, and when I joined, I wanted to go in the RAF. However, I've not done that. But I still have the same opportunities. I do a gliding squadron at a VGS at RAF Turnhill, and I am training to instruct cadets as I once was instructed by staff. And as a cadet, I got a lot of opportunities out of it. I went on Air Cadet Pilot Scholarship and managed to fly solo in a powered aircraft and got 12 hours towards my PPL, as well as flying solo in a glider. And I got an honourable award of Lord Lieutenant's Cadet for Shropshire, whereby I met with a lot of prestigious people. And now I'm staff and I get to give back what I got out of the Air Cadets, which is amazing. I'm helping young cadets from the ages of 12 to develop into amazing young people and give back to the community what I got so much out of.
And let's be honest, you get to shout at them occasionally as well, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So if people are interested in the Air Cadets, what should they do?
So if you're interested in joining the Air Cadets, there's loads of local squadrons around you. The best way to find the closest one to you is to go on Royal Air Force Air Cadets website, and you can go on and put your postcode in and find a locator on a map of the nearest squadron to you, and there'll be contact details of that squadron, and you'll be able to get in contact with the OC, which is the officer in commanding of that squadron.
Sergeant Simmons, thank you very much indeed. It's Shropshire Live on Saturday morning. Right now, here's Jennifer Lopez.
Shropshire Live. Online and now on air. This is Shropshire Live.
Home of Shropshire News and Entertainment, Shropshire Live on a Saturday morning. Hello, this is Phil Sheba. We are live on Dawley High Street for Dawley Day. That's Dua Lipa and Hallucinate. Now I'm standing halfway down Dawley High Street, and there is foam all over the floor. There are kids being taught how to hula hoop, and I've been joined by Loco Leo. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Okay.
I'm loving it. I'm always happy on a good circus workshop. It always makes a smile come to my face.
Well, you've told us pretty much what you're doing, but maybe you'd like to go into more detail exactly what you're offering the people of Dawley this morning.
Of course. Well, I am Loco Leo of Leo's Loco Circus. This is our 10-year anniversary of trading in Wellington and Telford, funnily enough. And we're here today in Dawley doing a full circus workshop, which includes flower sticks, diablos, boys, spinning tops, all sorts, fun for the whole family. And we've also got two shows, one at 11:45 and one at 3, which is skills, magic and fire.
Fire. Tell me more about the fire.
Oh, yeah. Well, the fire finale, that's the one at 3. So we've got fire hoop, fire fans, fire staff, fire manipulation, eating, breathing and charming.
It's not just you. I can see other people dressed up, including our man with the face for radio, as we were discussing earlier. Tell me more about your friends.
Well, we are the jesters of Jestiteria. We're neither Eastern nor Western. We are Jeston. And myself, Loco Leo, we also have Mr. Weirdy Beardy, who is my right-hand man. He comes from the Weirdy Beardy tribe. That's right.
They live just outside Donington, don't they?
Yeah. They're tellers, you see. They tell the time with Diablos. And then we have Bellatrix, who is one of my hoop performers. She'll be doing double fire hoop later on in the show. And we also have Kay from Unicorn Hoops, which she'll be doing mini hoop and fire fans.
Fantastic. Now, just looking around, you've been playing with the bubble machine as well, haven't you, Leo? What have you been doing?
Yeah, we like our bubbles. So we have 2 bubble jets that shoot about 10,000 bubbles per second. We also have a giant bubble wand that we can put people inside of, and a few other kind of fun toys just to add some elements to the event that make it more magical.
And I take it you've magicked the rain away as well.
Oh yeah, I did my rain dance earlier on. I cleared it all up. You know, we're ready for our fire show. Usually when we do a fire show, that clears up anyway.
Leo, thank you very much indeed. You can come down to Dawley High Street and see Leo and his friends doing their circus skills performance at 11:45, and the other time was
3
o'clock this afternoon, so make sure you get down here. It's Shropshire live from Dawley Day at Dawley High Street. Right now, here's Brooke and Heartbreaker.
Shropshire Live. Online and now on air. This is Shropshire Live.
That's Daniel Bellingfield, and if you're not the one, it's Shropshire Live, the home of Shropshire News and Entertainment on Saturday morning with Phil, live from Dawley Day and Dawley High Street. And we've wandered down the High Street a little bit further to the Laura Deighton Dance Company. And Laura won't come on the radio, which is a bit of a shame. So she's nominated her mum. Hello, Sue.
Hello.
Tell us all about the company. Tell us what you offer here.
Right. Well, we offer everything from 2-year-old up to 80-year-olds. Our main thing is regulation, and we do ballet, tap and modern exams. We excel into jazz and limbering, contemporary, musical theatre. We've just done a festival at Bridgnorth, and we came back with 10 trophies and 38 medals.
That's fantastic.
Our next thing is the school show, which is October at the Charlton. That's our annual school show. festivals again in November, and our musical theatre, we're doing Aladdin as our Christmas theme production from the musical theatre.
I don't want to scare anybody, but Stiltsman is back and he's shouting outside the shop at the moment. So how long have you been here?
We came here in 2019. At which we brought some of the students from the other studio that we were at. We chose Dawley because we thought it was a good place to be in the high street. And we were going along quite nicely. Then lockdown came along, knocked us back.
I know the feeling well.
And then we started again, and again we got locked down again. So this year, I would say it's our good year. We're upwards and upwards and onwards, and hopefully we'll have better things to look forward to.
So thriving now after a bit of a testing time, then.
Yes, yeah. As I say, Dawley, the council at Dawley, they're really helpful, and they try and help us in any which way they can. We've introduced the shop here, which it was a grant from the Telford and Wrekin for to try and promote things. So we've got the ladies' clothing here, along with our shop for all the dancewear that children require. That's not just our children; it's children from other dance schools.
Fantastic. And you're putting on a bit of a performance this afternoon as well, I understand.
Performance with the junior members at 1:45 today. Hopefully the weather will hold for us.
And that's going to be just over the road by the Captain Webb Memorial.
Yes, it is, yes. Yeah.
So 1:45 this afternoon. If you want to come and see a bit of what the Laura Deighton Dance Company does, get down to the bottom end of the high street by the Captain Webb Memorial, and they'll be giving a bit of a demonstration. Sue, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much, and I wish you the very best for the future as well.
Thank you.
Shropshire Live on Saturday morning. Right now, here's Kim Wilde and Kids in America.
Shropshire Live.